In this video, you'll learn a powerful traditional Chinese medical understanding of face reading, including its zones, areas, correspondences that will be, I believe, empowering in your healing work. So let's take a look.
We're now going to take a look at the face, and what I want to do in the beginning here is just give you a little groundwork, lay some foundation for you, and in future there'll be another video where I'll draw a face and there'll be lines and a little bit more visual for you. Right now I'm just going to cover some of the eyes and what the eyes do. So let's take a look. When we look at the sense organs of the face, each one of the sense organs has a visceral organ in the body that it corresponds to. The eyes correspond to the liver. The liver supplies blood to the eye orbit, which that gives it the power to see. When the liver is good and healthy, the vision will be fine. The nose relates with the lungs. 2 nostrils, 2 lungs. 5 sinuses up on the head, 5 lobes of the lung. And what connects the lungs with the nose and the sinuses? The trachea, the windpipe. So what we're looking at here with the nose, we're looking at basically nose and also lungs. If you by now probably understand quite well reflexology of the hand, the feet, possibly the ears, called auriculotherapy, and how it has different responses, reflex responses. So if we look at a reflexology map of the foot, you can see how different parts of the foot relate to the internal organs and the structure and the sinuses and the female and male organs and the bowels, etc., etc. So let's do that. Let's take that map of reflexology and superimpose it upon our head and our neck. So if we do that, the jawline is the same shape, replicant, of the pelvis. The chin, the pubic bone. Beneath the pelvis, you've got legs. The reflex is the sternocleidomastoid. These represent in reflexology the legs, the jawline, the pelvis, the chin, the pubic bone. Women usually will get blemishes premenstrually in the chin area because it's showing us that in the pubic area, the uterus, is blood stagnation. And that's where it's being shown as a reflex on the chin. If we take the jawline and move back and up, we find the ears. If we take the pelvis and move up the ilium from the pubic bone and move back, we find the kidneys. The kidneys and the ears are in the same position, the trunk and the head. The kidneys rule the ears. If you were to take a kidney and dissect it by cutting it in half, it would look just like an ear with all the little lines, the tragus, the convolutions. It would look just like that. The ears are ruled by the kidneys. The nose is ruled by the lungs. This pubic bone here, it's very interesting that we replicate. Men have an Adam's apple below the chin. Women don't have this cricoid cartilage protuberance. Men have a little protuberance beneath the pubic bone that women don't. Consequently, the cricoid or the Adam's apple represents the male genitalia, as where the chin is showing you the female and what's going on with the quality of blood. Moving in back up, the kidneys are in the ears, the gums. The gums represent the intestines. When there's gum fire or canker sores or ulcerated gums or gum boils, it's telling you that your intestinal tract is overheated and something is not balanced correctly. You can figure out what's happening with the visceral organ by its sense-organ relationships. Each one of the teeth represent a digestive juice. So as an infant starts cutting teeth, it's telling the parentals what foods, what nutrients it can break down. Proteins, carbohydrates, fats, and the complexity of them. So, teeth, digestive juices, gums, intestines, ears, kidneys, nose, lungs, the mouth itself, and the lips, the teeth, the mouth, the tongue, not the tongue, I take that back. The mouth, the teeth, the gums, the digestive system. What does the mouth do? The mouth takes in food, breaks it down, and moves it. What does the stomach do? It takes in food, makes it bioavailable for the body, and moves it. The mouth is the digestive system, the pancreas, stomach, ears, kidneys, chin, pubic, jawline, pelvis, sternocleidomastoid, mastoid, legs, nose, lungs. The eyes are ruled by the liver because the liver is the general in charge of what's happening and how the visceral organs are working. So the eyes themselves see what's going on as the liver holds the vision of how things should go and has an overview on how the body processes should be continued. I use 3 visual words because the liver is in charge of the eyes. The liver is in charge of the eyes. Like I mentioned, if the liver is good and healthy and strong, the vision will be good because the eyes live on blood. Now, I've got the nose, ears, digestion, liver. What am I missing? I'm missing the heart. The meridian, the heart channel, it actually ends at the base of the tongue. And the tongue body is very reflective of the heart itself. The tongue, when someone is very talkative and someone just keeps on going, they're so excited and they just keep on going at a fast pace and they're faster and faster. It's because the heart fire is rising. It could be a heart yin deficiency or it could be a heart fire exuberance, excess. But in any case, the tongue represents the heart. Talking, moving, or better yet, when 2 people are in love and they decide to put their their mouths together, and the tongue comes out, what are they doing when they touch tongues? They're touching hearts. It's just the way nature makes things happen. So, the tongue is with the heart. Now, if we can also look at it in zones. This top zone up here is going to be our first burner. This middle line going across here will be our middle burner. And the lower part of the body will be down in the pelvic area. Our jaw and chin line is the third burner. So now we have the organs related to the sense organs, the visceral organs, and the correspondence in a reflexology. So to tie this all together, when we look at the face, and now you know what the correspondence relationship reflexes are, it gives you more insight on what's happening with the visceral organs. The visceral organs, the big 5, lungs, heart, liver, pancreas, and kidneys, this is the core of Chinese medicine. This is where it all begins. This is all the energy because this is where they are manifesting the emotions and the body fluids and the body heat. So now we got a different way to look at it. But let's also look at it in another way for therapeutic methods. The kidneys rule the ears, ringing in the ears, deafness, earaches. They all have to do with the kidney. You're going to treat the kidney when there's an ear problem. You may also treat the specific area, then the specific meridian channel and specific points, but you're going to put in a acupressure point for the kidneys when you're treating with the ears. The same thing with the eyes. You may be using some points right around the eyes to treat an eye problem, but you're also going to be using a liver point because the liver rules the eyes. Same thing holds true for the heart with the tongue. If there's an aphasic condition where it's tongue-tied and the tongue is stiff and they can't speak correctly or the tongue doesn't have the motility that it should have, you're going to be treating not only points around for the tongue, but also the heart channel. You're going to be using points on the heart channel. The mouth, the same thing with the mouth. If there's gum problems, if there's teeth problems, the teeth represent the digestive juices, but the teeth are bones in actuality. They're same composition, and the kidneys rule the bones. So if there's teeth problems, you're going to be treating with the kidneys. But if there's mouth problems, gum boils, canker sores, things along these lines, you're going to be using a spleen-pancreas meridian point, along with local points and meridians in the area, channels in the area. The same thing with the nose. If there's difficulty, if there's congestion in the nose, or if we have a chronic sinusitis or a rhinitis condition, or the nose is congested, or we're having difficulty breathing or a deviated septum, you may want to use points in the local area, but you're also going to be using a lung point because the lungs rule the nose. So now we can get some insight. We can see how the body is starting to replicate itself. It's a hologram that is continually in motion, and that's the beauty of it. When motion stops, I think it's called death. So we want to keep things moving, but not in a hurried up pace. We want to find what is the pace that is natural to us. And then this way we can get our rhythm and our nervous system circulation, everything works well. So by looking at the face, we now can see more into and have a deeper vision into the internal visceral organs.